Hi you guys, this is Shauna in the kitchen today and we're going to be making peach cobbler. So right now, I'm going to turn the camera so you can see what I have. Okay, so I have a stick of butter here in my pan. I have it on low heat. I'm adding some frozen peaches and the peaches are still hard. They're just, as you can see, they're not pliable, they're still frozen, but that's okay. Then I'm going to add a cup of white sugar, and I'm going to add a third cup, 1/3 cup of brown sugar. And what I'm going to do is just stir this until the peaches are no longer frozen and where the butter and the sugar is well incorporated. Okay, now you see that this has actually kind of created its own juice. That's why I don't really use canned peaches, because it's easier for me to just create my own kind of juice as opposed to doctoring up another, a juice that's already made. So when they're frozen, that water's going to just kind of make its own, like I said. So you got this going. We got the cup of white sugar and brown sugar. Now it's time to use our spices. I don't measure out the cinnamon. Here's some ground cinnamon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I cover the top of the peaches, because I'm looking for a specific color. I'm looking for a dark kind of brown amber color. So I'm going to go across the top like that. Okay. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon and like a dash of nutmeg. Okay, that's all. Oh, that didn't come out. There we go. Because nutmeg is strong and it goes a long way. Okay, you see that color right there? It's kind of gotten a darker brown. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. This is what I like. You see that? Bring it up to the camera there. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? And then the last thing I'm going to do... Oh, I forgot. Got to add my vanilla. This is probably about 2 teaspoons that I'm about to add here. This is Mexican vanilla, but any vanilla will do. Okay? Just adds a little bit more flavoring to it. And I'm going to add some of that vanilla. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of flour. I've seen some people with the cornstarch, and I don't know, I'm more familiar with flour, so I use flour. I'm sure cornstarch will work. Anyway, there we go. 1 tablespoon of flour, just to kind of thicken it a little bit. If you want it really thick, add more flour, but this will work. So I'm going to stir this a little bit. Then we're almost done. And even though it's always good to taste your food, sometimes for whatever reason, you don't really get the full flavor. So I want to show you, as long as you can see the spices inside of it, and you see the butter on the outside, you know it's going to taste good. But I'm going to taste it anyway. Yummy, 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 yummy. Okay, time to pour it in the pan and put the crust on. Okay, so now the last thing I'm going to do, got my beautiful peaches here in my 13 by 9 inch pan. I had 2 bags of frozen peaches from Walmart, because these peaches look so good and they taste so good. They taste a lot better than the canned peaches too. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this prepared pie crust and I'm actually going to layer it. That's my hack. I don't want to make a pie crust that sometimes it takes too much time. I'm going to take this and I'm going to layer it to give it that thick crust. But then I'm going to kind of trim it up a little bit. I'm going to take this. Yeah, I want it to be the same shape as the actual pie tin. I mean the pan here. And even though it might not be so pretty, it's gonna get eaten up. But I try to make it look good. Okay. I'm gonna kind of trim this part off. Well, that didn't work. Oh well, wait a minute, yes it did. Should have turned it around the other way. All right, gonna take that off. Now, you may need to get 2 boxes because I actually did get 2 boxes. And so I'm just going to, but what I'm gonna do is I can also roll this out. What I'm gonna do is roll this out and then I'm gonna cover this part of it too. Be right back. Okay, so that's probably not the best looking one, but we're gonna hide it with some cinnamon sugar. So I'm gonna drizzle some, this is just granulated sugar and cinnamon. It's gonna make the already flaky crust kind of crispy too. Give it a little crunch as well. And kind of hide the lines there. And then we're gonna pop this in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes until it is brown. Okay, so the peach cobbler is done. It's out of the oven and it's cooling off. I just wanted to show you how it turned out here. That's some of the cinnamon sugar on the top of it, and then here's some peaches, and this is gonna be so good. It's always good, you wanna let it cool down though, let all the rest of those spices just kind of mix together, and it's just gonna be wonderful. So once again, 2 packages of frozen peaches, butter, a stick of butter, cinnamon, nutmeg, and some vanilla, and a little tablespoon of flour, and that's all you need. Well, you guys, thank you for joining me, Shawn in the kitchen, and have a great day.